hot dog. Nigga, what? These folks driving crazy to mud. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm back. I know they had several videos today, but it just is what it is. There's a lot going on. Let me know when y'all in here. Okay, y'all starting to come back in here. I gotta get home. It's too much lane changing. Y'all, you know, I've been home for years. This traffic shit, it ain't for me. This traffic stuff that's going on is not for your girl. It's too much bobbing and weaving. They done built so many apartments and housing subdivisions and stuff like that. It's a gang of people over here. When school was in them first couple weeks we were going to work, they had added like 25 to 30 minutes onto my commute in the morning. No ma'am. Now the school out, it done went down, but it's still a lot of folks out here in a sleepy area of town that is bobbing and weaving and schooling. I'm just like, child, oh my gosh. Okay. So anyway, so I went to Papa Do's earlier. This ain't gonna be no long live. I wouldn't come through with it, honestly. So I went to Papa Do's. I went in there just to have me. Girl, why I spent $116 in there? I gotta get out of there. Like, girl, I ain't got it for that, okay? There's too much shit going on at this damn house. And I was like, dang, how I do this? It still ain't adding up. I got to stop eating out. I have to stop eating out. This stuff costs too much. Hit the like button. Every time I go out to eat, it costs way too much. You hear me? You hear me? It's sad out here. It's sad out here for a girl like to go out to eat. So, Jesus my Savior too. He saved me right then too. Hallelujah. Well, he didn't save me because old boy came in my lane. And he knew what time it was. That's why he trying to give his little insurance. A child boo. Look, this Negro texting me. I'm about to make this video on him right now. So when I come in to Papa, though, it's a Negro looking at me. I'm looking at him. He like, I'm looking at him. He looking at me. I'm looking at him. He looking at me. And we see him. Do I know you? Do I know her? Do I know you? Him? Do I know her? Do I know him? Do I know her? Right. So hit the like button, please. He was like, he finally asked me, do I know you? I know you. I said, you probably know me from in here. Honestly, years ago. He was like, yeah, I think so. So he come over to me, right? And he asked me what my name is. And I told him what my name was. He told me what his name was. Your face is familiar, don't know. He was like, yeah, didn't you live over here at one point? I was like, he's like, you from Oklahoma? I said, you might know me, baby. You might know me, baby. So I sat down. It was him, then his homeboy, then his homeboy's best friend, which was a lady, and then me. So on that side, I'm talking to him, woo. Then on this side, I look and there's two women. And I look at one of the women, that woman, I said, do I know you? And she was like, I don't know, your face looks kind of familiar, Come to find out, we went to the same church together in Dallas, Texas. Same church. I said, maybe we just met because she asked me what area that I live in. I told her. And then she said, well, what, I said, well, what church do you go to? And she said, partial of the name. I finished it and said what the pastor is. Blue. She was like, yo. in my white tee. Come on. I said, yeah, okay. So that was just cool to be sitting up there with these people that I knew from, the people that I used to know. I don't know the words. Anyway, so all of that. So he asked me, like, when he get ready to leave, I'm about to leave, but I was trying to let him go. Again, trying to act shame of this car. And now I didn't scrape the car up even more. Trying to act shame of a decent car with 60,000 miles. The car is 7 years old. With 60,000 miles on it. Trying to be shame of it. Halle. So I was like, I'm about to finish my drink. He's like, girl, drink that little bit you got and come on. So I came on out. So he had been texting me while I was up there talking about how I'm going to be his woman. And with the boo, I was like, okay, I see. We'll see. Show me I'm going to be your woman. You know what I'm saying? But the dating situation is so ugh to me. Everywhere, really. Even my friends in little small towns. Yep. So I see ain't nobody hit the like button. And the membership that went low. That's okay. The viewership, that's okay. I'm about to get off here anyway. So y'all tell me this. Why did this Negro literally, not literally, okay? Talking to me, talking about being a woman tonight. Oh, you got something to do tonight. Oh, you tell that nigga that you finna deal with somebody else. So we go in for a hug. He go, thank you for the one person who hit that like button. I really appreciate it. He gonna give me a hug and then grab my booty. And y'all, at that moment, I begin to think he wasn't sent from God. Because I've been praying for God to send me my husband, the husband he asked for me. And I do believe that my husband gonna be right and ready with a heart for God. If I would have kept talking and got a little fresh with him, he'd have been all for that. Why would you grab my booty and you ain't seen me in years? You ain't seen me since 2015. 10 years. And you go in for a hug, that's not a gentleman. And you grab my tail, it don't do nothing for me. I didn't have to hit him with where I'm at with the Bible, with God now. I didn't have to hit him with that because you already jacked it up. You already up the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you have to touch my booty in his clutches? And I said, Lord, I don't think I really asked God. Look, he's still talking about don't go on that date. Leave me alone. I didn't got no date. I just didn't want to go nowhere with him tonight. I'm not going there with you on the same night. Now, I did the last Negro when I was at Papa Do's 2 weeks ago. And I guess because I wasn't keeping up text messages because I'm not textual. Then, hey, Florida Life. Then he didn't disappear. So disappear, he'll stay. Okay? Because who ain't going to hit him back up? My sister said, child, you ain't got nothing else going on. Just call the nigga up and see what he want to do something. Absolutely not. Because you give these niggas an inch like you own them and you done. You done played your hand. You ain't got no juice. Out here, no juice. No. Her car scraped up too. She's still riding it. No juice. So anyways, he talking about some old he did not I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't want to go nowhere. I'm finna get in my bed and clean. I'm gonna get in my bed and watch me a show that my homegirl put me on at work, and then I'm gonna get up and clean my house. Oh, here we go with this shit. it. Now I want to be live. I don't know what happened. Y'all still here? Okay, y'all bet the little 910 I had is back. Okay, cool. Thank you. Y'all, it's crazy out here. Why would you touch my booty though? You know what I'm saying? I ain't with it. Hey, Rebel. Like, you just reconnected with me after 10 years. You go in for a hug and you done grab my booty. That's that mannish stuff I don't like. I'm really sick of it. I'm so sick of these niggas. Are so pitiful and piss poor. It's a dang shame. Oh, that's what an expedition look like. How many years is that? Okay, expedition. What's she doing with her phone? Is she taking a picture? Oh, okay. Okay. So anyway, this guy that I walked into Papados that I used to be up in there every Friday with back in the day when I used to be at Papados all the time, if y'all remember. And he was talking to me, you know, while I was there. Then we walked out. He gave me a hug, and he was like, "You wanna?" He gave me a hug, and he touched my booty. But what was so crazy is I'm worrying about my car, and this nigga 54 years old, and he in an apartment back behind where I used to live. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm sure the apartments is high now, but he in some apartment. I was like, Chelsea, you gotta stop being like that. Stop like worrying about. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I took out a loan to do a renovation on my mom's house. And I'm just now paying off some credit cards that came along with mama passing away and just some other stuff I had going on at my house and in my life. And now I'm about to throw all that credit card money I'm throwing on that, which is a substantial amount of my paycheck, on this loan to get this loan zeroed out in the next year and 6 months, right? And I ain't got no car payment money. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to take on a car payment. So I'm driving mama's car the whole while. I'm fucking it up, and it was meant to preserve it, or maybe it was meant for me. Hold on, I'm going into the Mexican spot I go to. I thought I want to see you up here. Or maybe it wasn't meant to preserve it, but meant to be used in this time period while I'm rebuilding. No, you gotta. Is it? That's not it. But I don't want to go here nowhere because I don't want to buy no more food. Surely don't. I do not want to spend no more money. $116 at Papados. I'm through with them. Funky sales. But it is, what is it? It's 5:26? Yeah. They're usually at 5:30 people come in. Is it Friday? It's Friday. So I'm trying to see what's going on. So anyway, Bimini Bay Island Grill. Where is this? This place that changed over about 3 times in the last 2 years. Oh, the rent must be low. It's Atlanta, girl. These niggas is fresh and raggedy. Some are mannerable, but they got something coming for you in just a second. After all the manners been seen, they got something coming for you too. Some ain't mannerable, and they just what it is from the beginning. But I believe it was a test, and I'm glad I just went on with it. You know what I'm saying? And said, hey, I don't like that. You ain't have to do all that. And if you trying to claim me as your girl, then I like to see it. You'll have to show that. I'm trying to think, did I move to Atlanta? I didn't ask God about moving to Atlanta for real. I think I just asked him to like something. I don't know exactly what I said, but I think I would just like, make everything work out, and he did. And professionally, I've done well. I'm thankful. But personally, as far as a husband, my homegirl still in Dallas be like, girl, we told you not to go out there. You want to be married so bad. You've been married. You want to be married the whole time I knew you, but you done went to Atlanta. But I didn't want to be married to where I had to financially depend on nobody. No. I wanted to be married where it's 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, not where I'm gonna go lay up under this nigga who got a little change, or he got a decent job, and that's not the point of getting married for me. I want my companion. But I have learned from previous relationships that when that stuff don't suit you, don't try to make it right. Well, I ain't gonna say never. Just say, hey, I don't like this. I would prefer that. And then when it ain't never respected, it ain't investigated and retracted and made good on it, get on out of here. Now, the relationship that taught me that it wasn't that they were looking for that from me. I was never the right person for them. So when they finally just gave in to say, hey, I was trying something out that I knew from the beginning that it was not for me, and I gotta go. I appreciate that for them. But it was never where I didn't like try to make things right. It was just they realized that they was never really in it all the way. So now while I'm dating, I kind of like, as soon as it looks familiar in the raggedy sense, as soon as it looks familiar in you're not the type that I'm looking for, you don't have the nuts, the moxie, you don't have the home training, the mannerability, any of that, I don't have nothing to do with you. I ain't calling, I ain't texting, and I'll just be in my room on Netflix, or out with my homegirls on their boat, on her boat, or out with my homegirls on a girls trip, point blank and period. It could be his 100 plus, you still successful. Wait, it could be his 100 plus, you still successful, equal happiness. What you saying, Cruiser? Hold on, the man is the provider. You can still have your success, but you ain't got to match him. Exactly. And that's what a lot of these niggas want. This lady at my job just told me that her little boy got, he ain't as old as me, but he in his late 30s, got land, got this, got that, got woo-doo-woo, wah-doo-wah, right? And she said that he told his mama, I'm looking for a woman who's on it just like me. Like, you the provider. You should come with the steak. And she a crab. You know, like, she got some good crab meat. Hello? Every single woman I know that moved there, left and moved, married couple stayed. Yeah. Equally yoked. No, talent. Equally yoked, that's not what it means. Equally yoked means in regards to your honoring and loving and serving. Okay? my thing is, if I was to keep if I was to approach dating like these Negroes be approaching, like, and what I am about to, because I am a woman, they are supposed to be provided, but for years I wasn't. And if I was approaching like, what do you bring to the table? The dudes I be meeting, they don't match me, or if they do, they just match me, like they match me. You know what I'm saying? So now they don't think about my clothes and my bags and my car, but they quickly find out I'm not that girl. Just like the other day, I was at one of my coworkers' desks, and we were both admiring another coworker's bracelet. And she was like, we love that bracelet. And I was like, yeah, I have one that's kind of like that. I like that style or whatever, right? And I said, I got mine from TJ Maxx. And she was like, I said, oh, you have a David Yorman? Because I was like, that's the only one, because that's the style that was mimicked from TJ Maxx. I said, do you have a David Yorman? She was like, and I was like, okay, good. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to have a David Yorman. Will I be getting one? Yes, I will. But I don't have to have one, and I'm not in a rush to get one. You heard me? Okay? My homegirl, we went to the shooting cages. Everybody loved her sandals when we were shooting, right? Tory Burch's Cura Sport. Bomb. $300. I looked at them, because the $300 could be bought right now. I looked at them, but it just ain't, I got other stuff to do with my $300. You want to know who wanted them? Brooklyn for her graduation. Guess who got them? Brooklyn for her graduation. Guess who also wanted a pink tabby from Coach? Who got it? Brooklyn. Who bought it? Mama. Who bought the Cura Sports? Mama. So you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all never will look at me until I can, and then I can do some things. I'm not saying I'm rich at all or well off, but I can do some things. I can get some things popping real quick, and got a beautiful credit score. Even though I don't really do a lot of credit, even though I be talking about I gotta pay these credit cards off. I only do credit when it's necessary, like the big credit card. Now the little one that on Chase, I do that here and there if I need $25 to finish off a tab somewhere. That, yeah. And then it gets immediately paid off. But that's why I used to be a judger of the book by its cover, but account when I started getting judged by my cover, and I was like, oh, you got to stop that, Chelsea. You never know what somebody got going on. Okay, I understand wanting a lady who knows how to help you build, but if he want you to match him equal, right? That's another type of relationship, right? Miss Monica's right. Is Miss Brooklyn going to pursue it? She is. Yep. Brooklyn has very expensive taste, and I told her, I said, let me tell you something. In your birthday in September, you're getting $100. She said, you say that every year, so this will be the year that I mean it, and it happens. Hello? Tell me if y'all can hear me when I get off this. Can y'all hear me? You're getting $100, ma'am. Because I'll be running these high-ass tabs, and then another $500 at the table at Papacito's when I'm buying pictures and appetizers, all that stuff like that. And that's okay, it's graduation time. But for your birthday, $100. Okay. Because with Brooklyn, I'll do these things with her, right? Then just when I didn't replenish my bank, it's something else going on with her. No. Yes, I'm so happy for her. Brooklyn better get her a job to where she can make all these purchases, and a man that can buy her expensive gifts on her birthday and Christmas. Right. So Brooklyn has a very nice job right now. Well, for her age, okay? She is able to get her dupes and very nice original perfume in her little pieces of clothes here and there. But when it's her time to shine and it's her day and her holiday or whatever's going on with her, maybe she gonna run pockets. Because she went to Oklahoma and ran daddy's pockets. And my sister, you know, she good for $25 for whatever going on with you. My sister came out $150. I had to call her and said, ooh, You fancy girl, okay. She said, well, it's graduation, honey. She said, it's back to $25 on her birthday. I said, okay. So, that's that. But anyway, so I was just kind of turned off by that mannishness that nigga was doing. Like, dog, you know good and well, just seeing me again after 10 years. And you go in for the hug and you had to grab my booty. And he was like, what? What you mean? Why you making I grab your booty? Nigga, it's not yours to grab. Oh, tell that nigga you ain't got no boyfriend. Nigga, what? But you know, he getting on pawpaw status, that 55. I guess that's at the point where they be talking like that, but that don't do nothing for me. Hello. I didn't like it didn't engage me. It really didn't. And I mean, it's just like right now, everything I run into is just trash. When I look at previous relationships, trash. Like, trash in many ways. I'm not going to act like there was never any good, but very much learning lessons, right? But nothing I want to go back to. Oh. And I talked to an ex, I ain't going to say the other day, but in 2025, and I was like, we cool. And he got it going on, but oh well, we cool. He got it going on back in Dallas though. But then like I can't move to Dallas real quick on a moment's notice. I can. But it still ain't nothing I'm talking about. It ain't nothing I'm talking about. Hold on, cause I'm gonna put this in that girl's. It's somebody's plant that I want to bring back to life at work. Let's see what she say about it. So anyways, I don't know what Brooklyn doing. She be in that room sleep all the time. Be no pregnancy. Girl, y'all seen Rumi? Even though one day I know you're gonna shine for me, girl. I love me some Rumi. That's my girl. That girl is personality. Ooh, she's finesse, baby. That dang Rumi Carter. I like Rumi Carter. And you know I don't like kids. But Rumi Carter is a kid that I like. She wild though. And if I was that lady in the back, you know, just have that lady in the back that be keeping her until she supposed to come on. She can only touch her around her hips and stuff like that. Really weird, like. I guess you don't want nobody seeing her grab no arm and she jacking off, jacking away from the arm and stuff. But Rumi Carter, and I knew Rumi Carter was that girl like 2 years ago. Rumi Carter is that girl. Y'all be thinking it's Blue. It's not Blue. Blue is a machine. Blue is a machine. It's part of the machine. She is a machine, all of that. Like, somebody was trying to say something. Blue is a dancer. Blue's not a dancer. Blue does choreography. She's not a dancer. And that's not shade. And that's not even no shade, right? Hold on. The man you dated with the restaurant? No, hell no. They ain't no 10 years ago. That's more like 6 or 7 years ago. I remember you dated one guy and you asked him if he knew who T.S. Manson was and it turned you off. I could see it in your face. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, if a nigga knowing who T.S. Manson is, and you look at his immediate family and friend and don't none of them know, how you know? You know what I'm saying? Like if you out, maybe you got some of them old big fat black women friends, and they know what's the one? T.S. Manson. Or maybe you got a cousin that's in the community or something like that. Well, I looked around. Hey, I mean, for what I could see, I was like, He didn't know that. So I'm trying to understand how you know what's going on. Now, you could have ran up on it. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, nah, cuz I'm cool. girl, because that would be the ultimate for me. If I ever dated anybody who was DL, I pray I never find out. Girl, you sound like me. I don't need no nigga know who you know transsexual is. I don't care if I watch you. He don't need to know. Right? Yeah. He don't need to be talking to me about no T.S. Madison. Because that'll be the ultimate betrayal. And I don't know if it's gonna be what the situation gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be looking at you crazy on a deal, or you doing some DL stuff. Like I told y'all, that's why I stopped watching. Why I stopped watching. What's the thing? Not Immature. What's it called? What was it called with Issa Rae and them back in the day? Whatever that was. And they had that episode up. That's exactly when I started getting turned off. Where, to me, cause see, I feel like there was messaging to black women to be open to sexually fluid men. That no. like it would be a problem if you wasn't open to a sexually fluid man. Like you would be subcultural, insecure. That's right. Hey, Sean. Like you'd be subcultural. You would be not PC because you don't want no. Hold on. Hold on. I had to poop real quick. All right, so because you don't want no sexually fluid man, I don't think that's cool. And I didn't like that messaging. I have actually been approached by a bisexual man. I told him straight up, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to date a man who's bisexual. That does not mean you homophobic or anything like that. That means that my dating preference is for a straight up straight man. Now, maybe we could be friends. We can do for the friend stuff all day long. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not talking about no friends with benefit. I'm talking about homeboy, platonic. But I don't want that. And I felt like it was because it had such a cult following, the show. You know what I'm saying? Of young, impressionable. So when I was watching Insecure, I think I was like 35. So I was almost coming out the age bracket. And they were like late 20s, very early 30s. And I was looking around like, what? Like the way it was, and then all the conversation around it. And we didn't have TikTok then, but we did have Instagram and Facebook. And the conversation around it was so polarizing. Like if you wasn't down with that, you were homophobic. No, bitch. I want a man who knows that he likes women, and that's it. That doesn't make me a hater of you, scary of you, or somebody who would try to do your community wrong or anything like that. And I just don't. At least he was honest. Yeah. I just feel that that's when my turn took on the show. I was like, I said maybe I'm too old. I'm not in that substance. You know, I'm 79. So I'm right at the end of X, at the beginning of millennials. So we're called Xennials, Xennial. We grew up analog and became adults in the digital. I told you all of my college applications was typed on a Mark V typewriter. Okay. And when I went to college, I got my first email. Well, no, I had an email. I had an AOL email at first. But I got my email and we started doing all this all this computer work. Okay? My generation, that 78 to 81, we the ones who went a drastic change in technology. To be raised up with paper and to be graded and evaluated in college and in these workplaces by your technical skills. You got mail, yes. I'm 78. I wasn't watching Insecure. I watched Girlfriends. Oh, well, I watched Girlfriends as well back in the day, a little bit. I think Girlfriends might have been, what years was, can somebody look that up real quick? Because I was going to blame it on my mama, because my mama watched the programming for real. Like, Martin and them, like, I'm not going to act like Martin wasn't on in my house. Well, okay, hold on. I can't just blame my mom, but my mom was very serious about y'all not finna be ghetto. Period. You're not gonna be urban, period. Okay, you're gonna be well spoken and interchangeable in this world. Like you're not gonna be defined by your skin color, your aptitude, your vocabulary, and all that is what people are gonna judge you by. So she was just like, we're not finna die by the culture because our environment wasn't hood at all. But we're not gonna die by the culture, okay? At the time of the 90s, and the 90s was gangster rap, a lot of it. Girls being now what did get on me is that independent woman stuff that has effed up so many of us black women, young black or middle-aged black women, okay? That did get on me. And that was perpetuated by my mom too. Like it was supported by my mom too, okay? My mom and my dad. And so I'll say this. They were so, and then there was a part of me that was like very black. I've always been a black girl. I did not sound like a black girl. So I don't know if y'all ever can see when my accent or the way I'm talking changes depending on what's going on. But whenever you see the more proper, that's really how I was right. I don't know if you ever see it. If you see the proper speech and no Southern accent, that's me. That's how I was raised. I purposely changed from Chelsea, okay, to Chip in college. That was I definitely went for a sister girl vibe because I was tired of Chelsea. I was tired of being in all the classes with all the white folks, and it's only two or three other black folks in there. It's all whites, and the debate team all white. I longed for my people, my tribe. You know what I'm saying? Even though my mama had me, if I did tennis, I was Venus and Serena, tennis team. So I was on the black tennis team. On the black lady taught me piano. Black clogging, black whatever, black dance team. I was all in the black stuff. But you could not negate in Southern Oklahoma that was a white area. Okay? Let me see what y'all talking about. Hold on. 2000, 2008. Oh, yeah. So that's my time period where I was not into the culture like that. I did watch them, and my homegirl she just swore to this. She probably swore to this day and still call herself Tony Childs, but she was Tony Childs for real. She was definitely Tony Childs. I was always a mix of people. I've never been monolithical. I've always been a chameleon in a mixture, right, of several things. So yeah, I did watch a little bit of it, but again, they were just that was me in that time when that came out. That was my time period where I was coming out of the black bourgeoisie that I remember in my little country town that was going on, and wanting to be more urban. So those ladies I wasn't really feeling like the vibe on the show. Okay. All right. Hey Taylor. Right, I'm 83 and I feel the same way. I grew up with me and period. Okay. Girlfriends was 2000, I believe. I know I was grown watching Girlfriends. Okay, y'all should say no Ebonics in the house. Exactly, no Ebonics. Get slapped around with some Ebonics if you want to play with her. Okay, or him, because my dad can speak very well. He played with it. Like now I remember in the mid 2000s, he wanted to put S's at the back and stuff, talking about he going to Ross's. I was like, what? It's like all of us was like, we through with this shit. You know what I'm saying? The code switch is whack. It's dead, B. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, my sister still does it though. She still gives white girl. But her thought patterns and values are they're not. She's a black girl. But she just sounds like a white girl. There we go. Yes, and this is why you are so relatable. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm not gonna lie. I was at Freaknik in the 90s. However, I was not wild. Tell me what you want me to hear. I feel like the independent woman thing was unavoidable for most of it. I think so too. That thing hit me strong. And I was like, I'm a bad B. Check me out in the black and white. You know what I'm saying? Check my resume. You know, woo, 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 woo. Girl, these little weak ass men that wasn't doing shit and they was hurt by their daddy. Girl, they don't want your ass. Okay. Anyway, I always see the southern accent in Chip. You do? So you see Chip with the okay, that's what you always see. Okay. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. It is what it is. We were raised with couth. We surely were. We surely were. See now when I'm not now in terms I was like we surely was. That's me playing because I know it ain't was. We surely were. Hello, we were. Now we was. And like I said, I can't stand when folks be hollering mines. Mines. Why is you hollering mines? That's not what it is. It's mine. That's it. And then when you type mines, girl, get away from me. Like I can't even play like the judgment ain't there. If you literally type mines, girl, now you know Maya, but you have the education and lifestyle. Girl, I didn't be doing no more. You watch XEX in the city. No, I didn't do that. They were too Caucasian. I was sick of white girls at that time and the way they do and shit. I grew up in Oklahoma. I was in all AP classes. I was sick of the white girls. The X in the City, and everybody was watching it. I was like, okay. I literally was in college. Well, it started when I was in college, and at a predominantly white college, 22,000 students with 300 and something black students, and that don't mean black Americans. That means Africans too. I was sick of the white girls at the time. Be honest with you, I was sick of being in their world all the time. Like they were never in my world. Now they're in my world, and I love it. Okay, I was always in their world. Ugh, and it used to piss me the f off. And everything everything I was like a animal in a circus or at a zoo to them. I see you as Joan. Do you? I do. I do more readily identify as Joan very heavily, very heavily. But that Maya, the one with the baby daddy or the husband or whatever, and all them kids. Yeah, not about the kids part, but the culture, the environment can really go off like that very quickly. Okay. Anyway, I got mine. The weak men is what did it. Yep. We live in a patriarchal society. So if they choose not to lead, what are we supposed to do? Exactly. Grow old by yourself. And then if you really decide to follow God, it's hard. Because not only are they in a weak position and approach you in it bold faced, okay? Then what concerns them is not anything that concerns God outside of marriage, which is sex. You know what I'm saying? Sex and shacking up and non-commitment, all that. That's not the things of God. So now you even more outside the norm, outside the box, because you don't conform to societal norms, and they weak and emotional. I just got off the phone last night with my homeboy, the little yellow one I was dating, the one I'm glad I can shut my mouth sometimes. The one I fell out with a couple years ago, okay, the little young one. And he is at a point where, first of all, he's too niggerish to me. Like he wears his little Patagonia and all that bullcrap like that. That's all he wears is Patagonia, honey. Okay, so you get one feel like he's from one side of town, but he's not. He's from the east side, southeast side. Okay, and did I say south with an F? I remember my mouth still like my teeth went up to the south. Oh gosh, south east side. Okay, and he like, why would you go to HR? But no, by his age, I knew what HR was. Everybody knows that HR is. Hold on, being around them is draining. Butter yellow. What's butter yellow? Oh, okay, yeah. Um, uh, everybody at 33 years old know that HR don't work for you, baby. They work for the company. Who don't know that? Now, Brooklyn, if she want to go into HR, she don't know that. She 23, okay? She want to go to HR. She because I want to help people and be able to help them through their times, to have a better workspace. Da, da, da. And like I told her, I said, well, baby, you're gonna have to go into some kind of like ALC or no ACL, wait, American Civil Liberties U, ACLU, type of something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because these white collar corporations and stuff, baby, HR don't work for the people. So he then went up in HR and told them people that he has been getting looked over for certain jobs because he is in a construction based business, right? Because he knew about a relationship, an inner office relationship that was inappropriate. Are you crazy? You went to HR with that? So now they're not giving him the work. And then it's tariffs, and then it's all this other stuff. Trump, it's all this other stuff that's going on. So now they're not giving him as many jobs as he did before. Now, I kind of feel like what he's saying might not be true all the way. I feel like maybe something was done, an inefficiency somewhere, but I don't want to say nothing because I'll be getting hung up on, okay? But long story short, we were looking up the EOC last night. That baby literally fell into tears last night. And I said, but it's not just the job. I know the job is bad, and I know your lease is coming up, and the rent is going up. Go to your mom and them house. They say you could come. Tell me, I don't want to work. I don't want to work outside no more. I want to work in the office. I said, well, baby, you got to go to school. I could go to school. I could go to school. Okay, so what are you trying to get a bachelor's? He's like, no, I want to get an associate's or some kind of level of certificate or something somewhere. I said, well, we can work on that. I can help you with that. I'm not working on it, but I can help you with that, right? But the reason why I hadn't even called him is because I got on TaskRabbit trying to get some work done at my house. I was like, oh, this nigga need to get on here and get him a little handyman business going on, okay? Because he can do all kind of stuff. I don't want to ask him over here because niggas be wanting coochie, you know what I'm saying? But I ask for money. I'll ask him over here and pay him, but I don't want him to think I want to own. Don't be asking for no coochie, okay? And so he was like, really upset, but I feel like a lot of it is something else happened at that job that he's not telling me, and the baby mama don't want him, and he does a lot for that girl. I feel like she's a user, honestly, but she does a lot for her, the baby they had together, and then the baby she had after him. He's basically that baby daddy, okay? And I said, you're lonely. I said, but at the same, let me tell you this, you're gonna have to work on them simultaneously, but more so, you're gonna have to work on your money. Because you've got to be able to sustain yourself while you work through the loneliness stuff. I said, if you get on TaskRabbit and get you a little, the folks on there hollering $67.16. Where'd they come up with that? To do an hour, to hang anything at your house. $67 to hang something? Okay, anyways. And I done put my zip code in. So you over here anyways, you crazy, $67, but anyway. So I said, you can make your own wages, your hour, and pick what skill set that you can do and run it. You know what I'm saying? I said, and then you ain't going to be thinking about her because you're going to have the lap of luxury of having all kind of bees calling that number. And cut your hair down. He's got very, very, very coarse hair. Even though he's a ginger, it's really coarse. Ooh, it's like, woo. But they don't be wanting to listen to me, girl. When I dress a nigga, they be getting women. I don't want to call no names, but I'm sure some of y'all can think of some. Okay, I was like, you need to let me help you. That Patagonia ain't hidden. I said, then I'm gonna tell you another thing. Go to your mama and them. I don't know my daddy and them because it's gonna come with some shit. They gonna be in my business. I want to be my own man, baby. Your own man is over for right now. And folks don't be wanting to. They don't be wanting to try hard no more. They just think that everything's supposed to come and always be good. Life is not always gonna be good. Do you know what I mean? I've had to go live with my godmama twice in Dallas with a child looking at me, embarrassed in front of my child. I had to regroup and start over. I did it twice. What's going on? Bring your monkey tail to your mom and them house. Get him $200-$300 a month. and stack the rest of your dough and put the rest of it on going over here and get this associate degree. And stop playing. Hello? Okay, hold on. Hey, India. Who sounds slow? Hold up. He'll get fired soon if he has to. Oh, we talk about, okay, I see what y'all said. No, baby, HR is the worst to go to. Yeah, they never take the country out of me. Who said that? They never take the country out of me. Who said that? What? Okay. Dang, I didn't even get a notification. Why isn't he starting his own business? I'd be back to tell the whole business link, folks. I'd be glad. I'm telling that Holy Spirit be snatching my tongue. He need to start his own business in the same field he's been working in. Construction type. I'll say that, okay? Oh, she got a whole younger baby. Mm-hmm. This generation is proud to be slow. Never seen so many people anti-self-improvement, okay? Maybe he wants to live with you, girl. I don't know. I have considered that. It's not gonna happen. It's no, indeed. Once you let somebody stay with you, then you got to start serving them paperwork when you're ready for them to go. I'm cool. And like I said, nigga, you done been from 18 to 33 out here living your life, out here wild, smoking that weed, drinking, taking that acid, having fun, doing all that BS that you've been doing. You've been working a real job. You commanding $75,000, $80,000. Okay, you got your cute little 401k. Okay, okay, and now the hard times are here. So what you gonna do about it? He don't want to do the work to start his own business. That's a lot harder than a 9 to 5. Yeah, I don't want to. No, I don't want to start my business, my own business. Really, I do want to start a Christian club. I'm gonna tell you that. I want to start a Christian club, but anyway. But he want to get off the phone with me when I'm talking too hard, too rough. No, don't let that man move in with you. He'll never move in with me. Hello, I'll never let. No, listen. It was 20 years in between my baby daddy and production. So it'll be longer the next time. I didn't like that stuff. When that boy moved in here, it was cool because I loved him, but the space impeded on my space and the energy when the things wasn't right. Oh my gosh. Like I feel like when God brings me the person for me, it'll be a lot better. But he was not for me. And neither was Brooklyn's daddy. I said, oh my gosh. All right, so anyway. Hey, Shelps. Hold on. What if you need to evict him? He probably would be the type to drag. That's what I'm saying. You gotta go get paperwork when you let folks in. If it's not your husband, don't do it. Exactly. Okay. Were you happy living with production? Did you like having a man in the house doing repair work and yard work? Now production didn't do no yard work. Okay. I could count probably 3 times he went out there with the yard. He didn't do no yard work. Now the handyman stuff, or dang, he wasn't a handyman, but he is handy. But he was more like lights that turn colors and stuff, like all that type of stuff. That's the type of stuff he did. He hung a couple things. It's something about the way he hangs stuff. It's always off centered. And so I got like a towel rack in my bathroom downstairs that's off centered, and it pisses me off. But and a mirror down here that's off center. But all the rest of them look good. But that last one is little. But he was tired by then. So what did I like? I liked, he could cook. I wish he would have cooked more, but he didn't. I did like when he cooked. I liked when we had like this whole like think board about our kingdom and what we're gonna do with the house and da 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 da. I like thinking through that with him and him getting some of the stuff done. I told y'all we didn't screw. We didn't have sex. I said that once, and I noticed a lot of people didn't hit on that, but we didn't. So wasn't none of that. A lot of people didn't hit on it, so I let it be what it's gonna be. Because you better respect me, okay? It's gonna be what it's gonna be, but you better respect me, okay? Little nigga, all in these streets, all up none of the streets, all up these sheets. But it didn't hit me. But anyway, long we did. It wasn't my choice. It was his. Like I said, it was a lot with that relationship. It was a lot with that relationship. Okay. He needs to get another job ASAP. Yes, oh boy does. My homeboy, yeah, the young boy. Even though production way younger than me too. No yard work. I wish my husband would. And yes, I'm bringing up my husband. Don't hate on me. Don't hate on the ring. I ain't. I'm hating on you. I always need to bring it up because ain't nobody asked you about him. Hold on. She said, "What? You didn't have sex with him a while living there? Was it hard to remain celebrate?" Y'all late talking about what? I didn't already talked about this. What? Oh, the young ninjas need tough love. I got one. I have to talk to rough. You got a young, and they like it. They love to be talked to rough. They love it until they hit too hard. Then they be wanting to cry somewhere like some old punks. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, punk bees. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, they get on my nerve with that. You say, "Oh Lord, husband." You know, we know Monica, honey. We know Monica for all her works. Yeah, we didn't. And the reason why I changed all the time, like I said, I feel like his daddy was in that very hard in that relationship very hard and was like, look, she's cute, well, beautiful, um, well put together. I'm her mama's best friend. Um, got some little change. You got some change. She's a good girl, God fearing, which will you need to get over there. And then when he came and he got under my charm, he was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, same. I feel the same." And no, I ain't gonna act like it's just like that. We both liked each other. Um, but I asked him early on in the relationship. I think we probably had been dating 6 weeks, and I said, "Are you attracted to me physically? Are you attracted to me?" He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "No, I'm talking about physically." And he was like, "I said, are you attracted to my body?" And he was like, "No, because you're all big. I was smaller than I am now, but I was still big. Okay, I was 218 pounds. I'm 240 right now. Okay." And he said no, and I just was like, you know what I'm saying? And then like some little couple tears came. He's like, "You could talk about me," and I won't say what he said. I can say about him, but if I was a tit for tat person, we really could talk about some stuff. I mean, we really could. I mean, y'all saw what was going on. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about some stuff, and it wasn't even about his looks because I thought he was a cutie pie to me. Because it was other things that I appreciated about him. I ain't gonna act like I just thought he was. I didn't think he was not handsome, and just because the relation, like the feelings were there, I thought he was handsome. I think he was a nice looking guy, just a little nerdy looking. You know, he wasn't like fine. You know, and but he was a nice looking guy to me. I wasn't like really shaming him, like you know what I'm saying. It wasn't like that, but long story short, he said he wasn't. You know, I was. You know, big. You know, I'm 8 years older than him too. So he was 32. I was 40. And I took it, and my homegirl's like, "Girl, when he would have told me that he wasn't physically attracted to me, I would have never like kept the relationship going." I was like, "Why?" I wasn't attracted to my body either. I was fat as fuck. And she was like, "No, because you need that. You need a man to be in that." And I was like, "No, I thought that was cool too, so I wouldn't be like harassed for sex like I have been all the time." You know what I'm saying? But then when you really fall in love with somebody to the point where you want to marry them, and we're talking about marriage, and then you're not having any intimacy. For the most craziest reasons. Like he wasn't fat. When I met him, he was a fat ass. He went out thin and stuff. I don't even know if he's thin now, but when we lost weight together. Okay? That was he just a big old dude? No, but he wasn't hidden. Now when he would start all that boxing and stuff and that body got carved up, he was doing his thing. I didn't like him like that. Honestly, I don't care about no muscles and stuff. I liked him the way I met him. That skinny shit with the muscle that he had, I didn't like that. But I loved him. So it was just that's what I'm saying, that I'm different, I guess, because like I did not like him physically after we lost the weight. But he was still my man, so I loved him. You know what I'm saying? Um, but then like so we went on, but it was always telling, "Oh, you know, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to further to y'all embarrass myself. To me, it just is what it is kind of at this point. Like I've accepted that happened to me and I let that happen and that's it. Right. Oh wow, that was hurtful for him to say. It was, but I asked the question. Do you believe he loves you as much? No, I don't. Thank you. Who asked me that? Monica. Okay, look. So production would have been a good religious partner. Nope. In the end, that threw me off too. Nope. In the end, I found out absolutely not. Well, you didn't have sex with him while living there. Was it hard to remain celibate? No, it wasn't hard. I know I need to do it anyway. So actually, I actually feel like I felt slighted, but I knew that was right. And he was like, "Well, just I'm trying to follow what you know. You say you want to be right with God and da 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 da." But that's not what it was. He just wasn't attracted to me. I was an older woman than him. And then when I started having them problems with the fibroids, I think he was just like, I'm not gonna ever be able to have a baby if I stay with this lady. You know, even though I don't think at that time period that either one of us should have had me for the health reason, him for who he was at the time. I don't know who he is right now. Hopefully he's better. That's all I can say. But he no, so it was just, you know, nothing. Wait, I think so. I had sex in 2020, and then I had sex in 2022 with somebody else, with the little young boy that's with his job right now, and then last year with production, real quick, because I wasn't feeling it. He got mad because I wasn't feeling it. Imagine you was with somebody for a year. Now I ain't gonna say I never had sex with him. I'm just saying it was like in the early part of the relationship. We were together for a year, and I had sex with him 3 times. I think it was probably the last time was like September, October. So I met him in June of 2020, September, October. A couple times all the way to October, and then not again. But I don't. Um, and it wasn't bad, honestly. It wasn't at all. I liked it. Um, but then, like when we did it last year, I was like, I wasn't feeling it. I gotta tell. I gotta be honest. I wasn't feeling it. He got mad because I told him I wasn't feeling it, and I didn't tell him then. I told him later on. He got mad. Bitch, you didn't want to fool with me for almost a whole nother, like for our whole relationship. And now you tapping in and talking, like you doing all the things I asked you to do when we was having sex before. And you was like acting funny. So I feel like it was all a head game. You liked it every time we did it because it wasn't nothing different. Well, I guess I had a hysterectomy at that time, but it wasn't nothing different. I'm trying to understand what's going on. It was the same coochie. Well, maybe it wasn't the same coochie because I had a hysterectomy. So I don't know. Maybe it's the same coochie, y'all. I don't know. So, and you talking and you all sweating and all, and you doing all that, and I'm like, I didn't appreciate it, so I just like disconnected and went and sat down because I wasn't feeling it. I was I I was repugnant. I was disgusted, honestly. Like, bitch, you hurt me feeling less than a woman, and now you hitting the same coochie, and I'm fatter than I was when you first met me. Okay, fatter than I was. You even made commentary on that the next day or sometime during that trip, and now let y'all say that. I don't want to get into all that, but you enjoying yourself. Mm-mm. Yo, that's why I don't be having no man, because these niggas gonna make me wild out. Do you hear me? That's why I don't be having none. And I do want one, but it ain't worth it though. You know what I'm saying? The level of like perpetuation that they do. You know what I'm saying? Projection and perpetuation. They're not gonna kill me with their words and actions. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna kill me. I'd rather be wanting something than get something and they try to kill me. Mm-mm. I don't know why he's with me. Men be delusional. Some of them really don't understand their lead. Girl. See, learning daily, me and you be on the same shit about a lot of stuff. That's part of the fight that we had when we was in Charleston last year. Because he really thought, so y'all know product, y'all see, y'all heard him, saw us interact. He really thought he was gonna get a baddie. Like he said, I'm gonna get me a bad. I want somebody. I don't want nobody big and fat no more. The wife before me was two of me. His ex-wife was two of me. The girl before me was the same size, almost the same size as me. She might not have much stomach, but she was a wide, okay, wider as me, same as wide as me. And I told him that night, I said, "You should be like really like having all these lofty opinions." I said of me, with of me, and I said, and with me, like I kind of know what lane to be in. That's the exact word I use. I kind of know what lane rocks with me. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely the smarter guys, the geeky guys, just like him, smart and geeky. Maybe way taller than him. Like that was the shortest I've dealt with since I was in my 20s. Way taller than him, but they probably about 6'2", 240. You know what I'm saying? That's what rock with me. Cause I'm a big girl too. Okay. Um, and I know that. I ain't going for Shamar Moores and them. They don't even, I don't be looking at them. They don't even turn me on. Don't even be wanting them. Tell me he gonna get a baddie. Now, don't get me wrong. The little chick he weird now, she is a beautiful young lady. She is. I take nothing wrong. But she chunky too. She not no size 16 or nothing. She might be. You never know how sizes go, but she ain't rotund. She got her some stomach and some little weight on her arms and stuff. But I was just like, y'all, these niggas will run their mouth. Saying words like baddie, in shape, fit. And then you'll look at the next thing he go get and you'll be like, that's none of the stuff you was trying to interrupt my peace with. You know what I'm saying? But I do see ways that they connect, and I'm happy for it. I've literally prayed for him to find a woman because he didn't have no woman from when we broke up in 2021 till the end of last year when he started dating this girl. Okay? So I'm happy for him. I wish him well. He is blocked or removed from all of my shit. Okay? Not out of mad. Release. Not out of anger. Release. Freedom. Ain't no feeling like being free when your mind's made up and your soul and your heart's in the right place. Yeah. Ain't no feeling like being free. Yes. I'm giving these men a side eye. Girl, don't get out here. Don't get out here like don't trade places where the lights out being, Miss Seeley. Okay? They be looking on IG thinking they can do what the rich man can do, child, and then be was all up on Instagram in 2021 on some old, I guess, baddie looking girl telling me some, ooh, I can picture you sitting on top of me right now. I was like, whoa. Nigga, sit down. Like, what is you doing? Okay. All right, men be delusional. Some of them really don't understand. Okay, you said that. And then says, so why did you stay with him for so long? Girl, it was a year. So long when you had these red flags. Were you truly that in love? Because I don't see you as the type to be dumb in love. Okay, so let's talk about it. So I don't know what dumb in love means to you. So here's the thing. I have always had to wear a mask in relationships. I am wild. I am loud. I am fun. I am free. I cuss. Y'all know that. I cuss. I fuss. I fight. Da 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 da. All of that is not ladylike to so many men. Men be trying to really judge you off of that. You can have so many other good things about you, and that's you as a single woman. And they don't. They will judge you and throw you to the trash. One thing with production, and one thing, and that's why I value one of the values out that relationship. Two values I have. One that I would share is I was me. Now, towards the end, he started trying to be judgmental about stuff. Well, he was always judgmental about my weight, but started trying to be judgmental about my personality and, different things like that. I was like, the fuck? Like, where'd this come from? But that's why I stuck in there for the little year that I stuck in there. Because I enjoyed it. And then I could be the nerd and watch documentaries and discuss it with them. We watch different TV shows and have in-depth conversation. It wasn't lounge cigar. Okay? It wasn't Hennessy. It wasn't, all of that bullshit. We did do some of that, but it wasn't all of that. Did y'all not see me? I was doing airsoft, which I never did before. I always wanted to shoot BB guns, shoot guns, and run with the boys and stuff like that. And that was all good. You know what I'm saying? I was airsoft down. Y'all saw it. You know what I'm saying? I could be me. And I really appreciated it. And I said, when we broke up, I said, Lord, please, when you have the man for me, please let me just be able to be me. I'm not that girl. I don't know. Niggas look at me and they think I'm supposed to be sedity. That when they look, then when they start talking, like, oh, she might be a little too rough for me or too loud, like the nigga at the Mexican place I go to said the other day. He didn't say that about me. He said the girl he was dating was too loud. And I said, you know what? I've always wondered why it looked like you was liking me at one point, but you didn't like stay on that. And he was like, I said, I guess it's because I'm loud too. He's like, yeah, you're loud. The last time a man loved me for me and I was exactly me was Soldier Boy. So yeah, when old boy come around in 2020 after I had been with Soldier Boy in 28, and I was able to be me, I was in that. I was sold. I loved it. I was able to be me. I didn't have to wear makeup. That's not me. To wear makeup every day. I didn't have to be try to be sexy every time we go somewhere. I look sexy, and I didn't have to have brands on, and I didn't have to have the latest wig or weave or anything like that. I loved it. I loved that year of that type of stuff. Yes, did I look good? Now, when I got dressed, did we look out of each other's league? Yes, because he's not a dresser. Okay, but there's two sides of me. That there are three sides, three, four, five sides of me. Like as far not as personalities, but as far as how I get down. And for what I was seeing in that moment, he was down for it, and then it started peeling away. Okay. They be looking on IG, think they okay. I need 6 foot plus. I can't stand no short man. Well, girl, this is Atlanta. You gonna have to like bend a little bit. Well, you ain't because you married. Oh no, that's learning daily. Oh, okay. I thought that was Monica. Knowing the size of his exes, why did you let that slide? Let what slide? The only thing he said was he answered my questions. Y'all don't forget. I don't forget what I said. He answered my question. He didn't stay on me about my weight. When he asked me later on, once he moved over here, well, no, I think it was a little bit before he moved over here. He said, Chelsea, do you want to lose some weight? I need to lose some weight too. And said, yeah. And we started challenging each other. Then when we moved in over here, me and him was up 6 o'clock in the morning. We was doing this, we were doing drills, and we lost that weight together. We got on a pescatarian diet, but he didn't drill me about my weight. He just was not attracted to me, and it was obvious. That's it. That's it. I'm not gonna ever say that he drilled me about my weight. He offered a workout partner, accountability partner. That's it. And really wasn't hardcore on me about it. And I appreciate that. It was just the reason why I did lose that weight is because I didn't want to disappoint him, which was sad. I should have lost it just for myself. I didn't want to disappoint him. And I wanted to be in this person that I cared about and loved. I wanted him to be attracted to me physically. Why are you praying for him? He sounds like an a-hole. He is an a-hole. And I was team P back in the day. Oh, you were? No, he's a butthole. He really is. But I'm gonna pray for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Jesus hung out with all kind of crazy people and prayed and exalted them and took them into heaven with him and all kind of stuff. So I'm gonna pray for him because I know him. I know the asshole of him. And I know the sweetie pie of him too. I'm good. I'm praying for all my single friends. I'm 55 and can't imagine dating the way these streets are. God forbid if I become a widow, I wouldn't be dating. My ladies are suffering out here. Hello? I thought you two were a happy couple. I was disappointed in the breakup. I appreciate the honesty, but I don't know if I could have stayed after that. After what part? What part? Y'all, I'm trying. I know how it is to be on the other side because I be on TikTok watching stuff and I be trying not to not hear things or hear things that are not being said. So you don't know if you could stay after what part? I ain't mad, just tell me. And then you said, I thought you were a happy couple. When we were in his apartment doing uh what was that? P Valley reviews, all that was happy times. I didn't start seeing that nothing that was a little throat. You know, again, he had PTSD, he had some other things going on. He was clinical. Um, I didn't see anything until that winter. So it was from June to the winter. But I was like, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? And then it was for real when he moved over here. But like I said, when you're coming on the weekend, Chelsea, I can hide and I can do the things I need to do to keep you from seeing my ass. You know what I'm saying? But when we live together, you see everything, and that's the truth. Okay, I appreciate the honesty. Okay, Sean, don't mention Sean. Don't mention your spouse. They're gonna shade you for. Shut up, Monica. You know what? I didn't mean to say shut up, but hush up, Monica. Like Sean don't mention her spouse like my husband, my hubby, like you do. Okay, I got it. I was under the wrong impression about production. Yeah. Sean didn't say husband, Monica. Okay. Oh, a person that isn't attracted to me, that's important. Well, that's my friend said, girl, you crazy. When we broke up, they was like, girl, what was you doing? When he said he wasn't physically attracted to you, that was it. Like, I mean, he said I was a beautiful woman, but I think he wasn't physically attracted to me from the neck down. That's what that was. Maybe the titties down. I'll say that. Maybe the titties down. Because when we would cuddle and stuff, he would get around that stomach. He'll get back around my titties or around my my back or that. But that stomach wasn't no cut around that stomach. Well, I tell you, out here in these streets, some niggas don't be worrying about no stomach. But he's a child. He wasn't a child. Excuse me. He wasn't a child. I was 40. He was 32, girl. The 40 was probably effing with him because I remember he told his daddy, he was like, Dad, he 40. What I'm gonna do with that? And I told you I told y'all when we broke up, I was out in the backyard. He was talking to his daddy on the phone, on speakerphone, which he should have never had that on speakerphone. And the daddy basically said, "Look, nigga, I had set you up right. She's beautiful. She's smart. She do anything you want her to do. All your little activities she done became a part of. She, good on paper. She got some little change. What's the problem? Y'all can live a very nice life together. You got a good change. You smart. All that." He was like, "Yeah, but Dad, that's not what I'm looking at. I don't care if a woman got money and da 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 da." You know what I'm saying? And I heard that, and then he got when I looked, because I was looking crazy when I saw that. I was outside in that garden right down below this window. And he took his monkey ass back in that house real quick. Then he came back and said, "I'm sorry that you heard that." He was like, "I did not get with you because of any of that." But I don't. In the moment, I didn't believe he did. But all the conversations they did, I feel like he cared about me. And it was an experiment to see, can I really like this older lady, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what, but I do believe that he did care about me. I do believe that he loved me. I do. I do believe he loved me. He was not in love with me. There we go. He wasn't in love with me, but I do believe he loved me. And I believe he still does love me. Just because of some of the last conversation we had. But he can't say that he with somebody, and I don't want him to do that. I asked him, but he was like, "Well, be considering I'm in a serial." I was like, you know what? That's when I knew I was gonna have to let all the communication go at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because although I don't want to be with him, I was not asking him to be with me. I just want to know, do you love me? Are you gonna look after me? You know what I'm saying? My mama's gone, and I need people in my corner. I got a kid, and that's but I'm talking about I need folks my age that's gonna ride for me, look after me, be there for me. And you haven't been in these 4 years since we've been broken up. Like, he don't come up to my house. He'll invite me down to his house for stuff and things like that. But he doesn't come here. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, I know what it is, Brooklyn. He know Brooklyn don't really fool with him. That's what it is. Yeah. And so, yeah. Mm. And that's because I don't even want to talk about it. He ain't do nothing to her. I'm just saying, like, just the blow ups and stuff. Um, I am in love with C. No, with Jesus. He set me free. I can't do these things, cause life without Jesus here with me. A person who isn't attracted. Okay, I'll be careful. Y'all crazy. I don't think he's that person. What kind of person, Indy? I'm sorry. Daddy was trying to pawn his son off on a good woman. We just gonna let that little comment sit right there. They love someone they can treat any type of way. Sometimes when you care for somebody who you don't really like wherever the relationship was supposed to be going, you're not there, but you'll still be there for that person. I feel like that's where we were before that last conversation we had. Now I feel like it's just, I could be wrong, but that's where I'm at. Oh, what is this on my dang bed? Who did this? I know they ain't no fool. This some ketchup or something. What is that? I don't know what that is. No, yeah, the type of person look at you and look after you and be a true friend. That's all I wanted from when he broke up. I never asked him to come back. I never asked like, why didn't you want to be with me? Why does it? Girl, are you crazy? I was happy. Honestly, I'm the type that's a martyr. Like I'm gonna go hard until it just break down and everybody bleeding. He was like he saw earlier, not early, but earlier than me. Well, I saw it. I just wasn't willing to let it go. And he was, and I thanked him for that. Well, girl who wasn't asking to come. Oh, girl, for that type of shit was going on. It was mind games all the time. It was, and I hate this word, but it's narcissistic mind games going on all the time. I was like, I'm cool, and not even like really. It was okay, mind games, and then it was just, I don't know, dissatisfaction. More so on his part, but him being dissatisfied made me dissatisfied. Like, nigga, what? Dissatisfied at me? Like, I know that I didn't know how to deal with some of his clinical issues, but I asked to go to I asked to go to counseling, and he didn't want to go to counseling with me. He wanted to go to counseling on his own. So he knew he had issues. You would not have had to put up with that because you can take care of yourself. Yeah. So I just pray that he's not making that girl's life miserable. And it's you know, I do pray that. I do. I have literally made that prayer. I hope he's not been making that girl's life miserable. I really do. And that he's gotten control over certain things he need to get in control of. And that, that it's all good. Okay, next subject, chat, because really I'm not hemmed up. I will answer your questions about him whenever y'all ask the question. Well, I'm not hemmed up about that at all. I actually sent a bunch of like little pieces of clothes or whatever. He said, you could have threw this in the trash. Of course he had to say that. I was like, child, boo. I'm gonna throw your stuff. And see, when I try to respect you, then it's like, you could have threw that in the trash. But when I be like, fuck, then it's like, you're acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? I literally put that in U.S. postage on my dime. Hello? Anyway. Yeah, I think my mama had that conversation. My mama and his daddy fell out after we broke up a little bit. They didn't fall out for good because he did come to her funeral. I believe I remember my mom saying something that she told him basically that you trying to pawn your, I ain't gonna say everything. Well, your son off on my beautiful ass daughter. That's what she said, my beautiful daughter doing things. I love my mama. Yeah, so. Yeah. Dang. An hour and 24 minutes, I'll say. But, really, I don't need to be having sex with nobody until I get married. How am I going to pull that off, y'all? It's going to be the grace of God. Hey, Nessa. It's going to be the grace of God because these niggas want cats and they want it now. They need cat now. Call nigga. 8776 cat now. Yep. I just like, I don't even want no dingling like that. I want to laugh and talk and be into somebody and do things. You know what I'm saying? That part is not. I have done it for 5 years. You can do it. Okay, I can. But I want still, if I'm gonna do it, I would like to have the other type of intimacy with a man. mentally, spiritually, in his heart. And not to be getting chided about, like, when that dude stepped to me at Papa Do's today that I had already known, I thought that he was finna approach me with grace and decency and all that stuff like that, because walked out like we misaligned with each other. Then we just walked in each other's life again, and he back on the same shit. It's the reason why his phone number was still in my phone, but I wasn't calling him. I ain't talked to him in 10 years. I don't want deck tonight. Hey. My monkey right. Hey. Yeah. And congratulations on your 5 years learning daily. Hey. No shade. I love it. But yeah, you be out there like, he boys be trying to get around to it. Oh, excuse me. They be trying to get it. And I went to sleep on y'all last night. I was tired. Like, I was looking at that video at the end. I was trying to make sure I didn't sleep all night, right? Sleep on it, and then it just turned off. I was talking. I was like, how I get off this thing? Y'all know how I do. I talk all the way till I go to sleep. But yeah, that's what it is, basically. I am going to approach this dating thing with the grace of the Holy Spirit, the grace of the Lord and the Holy Spirit. And I know if I do it like that, as I do it like that, I will be met with beauty, respect. Not talking about I'm beautiful, but the beauty of the connection, respect, and understanding of what I'm trying to do and live my life. They try so hard. It's annoying, but I'm trying to hold out for something worth having. Come on, you better tell it. And I be following a lot of like Christian girls on TikTok. And I like watching like the girls who be dressed, okay? Because I might be fat, but I be dressed. And everybody at the job be like, oh, girl, you dressing now? Yeah. Because I came from big women that dressed when they were big, okay? That dress, and they dress modestly. And they ain't all the way up to their neck, but they got it either tacked or pinned just the right way. Everything be bad. Or a bad scarf or a brooch that bring one side to the other. Girl, I'd be like, yes, girl, come on, teach me your ways, okay? Have you heard from the recent associate pastor? I have not. So my sister said I need to call him up, but I feel like I don't. I feel like I already kind of got, like, I did like the gentlemanness of him. But I did see that he could get mannish. And I feel like if you said the last thing to me and I didn't say nothing else to you because I thought I had put the thumbs up, but when I went in there, the thumbs up had the circle, the red circle with the exclamation point. So I guess I didn't. Even so, if you was really interested in me, you would have said something back. I don't know. My sister's like, girl, but you ain't got nothing else to do. Nothing else going. You ain't talking to nobody else. We'll just say, hey, how's it going? I'm like, I want to be pursued, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when I didn't respond back to that, when I thought I at least gave him a thumbs up, when I didn't respond back to that, he went on to other pursuits. And if that's what it takes for you to go on to other pursuits, it's not going to change. You will be easily led astray. So, let him stay over there with his other pursuits. And I'll stay over here. But what if he's thinking you never responded to him? Oh, gosh. What should I say to him? Give me the words. I'll just go out there and do it. Don't matter, child. Because I'll stop talking to him again. I'll not respond again for real. I hate this. I like my dimple before he started doing this. But that's 240. When I get to 2:15, that'll be gone. This right here, all of this around here will be gone. Is anybody on there? Is anybody? And you ain't gotta say yes. Well, yeah. If you are, just tell me. Anybody else decide to live a life of God to please God? Cause how y'all dealing with your worldly friends? We was on the yacht and the conversation just got a little, between us girls. I was just like, oh. I was over there looking, and then when's your birthday? Oh, you Scorpio. I'll be saying child of God, but when you do, sometimes when you do that, you kind of ostracize yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just check in with them. Y'all finna text her so y'all can stay and y'all can help me get through. Okay, so should I just say, hey, I hope you had a great Memorial Day. Just checking in on you. No, say, hey, how you doing? Just checking in on you. That's what I'm finna say. Hold on. I ain't sent. Now, when we was texting 2 weeks ago, he texts quickly, so we'll see. Ooh, shit. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, that was 30 seconds. Hopefully I don't hiccup no more. Ooh. Hold on, I gotta recover. Okay. I'm back. Guess he ain't getting checked in though. Nah, it probably take him about 5 minutes. I ain't got 5 minutes to give y'all no more. And the hell I done gave you 92 minutes and 53 seconds. What else we talking about, y'all? Again, I'll say this. I'll answer any more questions. I feel like I told you everything about production. But I don't know if he still be watching this stuff, and I don't want him to be thinking that nobody is spending a lot of time on him, okay? Shoot, I'm choking. Look at my... Y'all stay off them weight loss pens. I'm starting to see folks having little problems with it. And I'm not talking about folks on Google. I'm talking about in real life. What you think of little Miss Shirley? Her mama done found a gig. Her mama done found a little shtick, a little genre, and running for the coin at the expense of her daughter. Everything was all well, the where them fans at first video was all good. But then when she started gyrating and stuff, I was just looking like, child, ain't no way, right? The red dress video, I wanted to find the mama. Girl, I spent time to find the mama talking, okay? And I said, girl, when that mom put her makeup on, that's a big pretty girl, okay? Are you crazy? This girl 4 years old. Then they said she still got Pampers on. I looked and I said, I think that is a pamper. Then they said she can't do no ABCs. I looked and I saw her with her little Miss Shirley ABC song. She thinks she Gracie Corner. Her little Miss Shirley ABC song. And she was a little struggling a little bit. And now, yesterday morning, I'm looking at TikTok while I'm getting ready. And the mama I knew she had a adult events, but I did not know that she had that little girl where men was coming and picking her up. And then she then got mad because this man on TikTok and 50 other people or somebody else, a whole bunch of other people been calling CPS. So here's the thing. Do I think that CPS should have been called? No, I don't. You can tell that her mom takes care of her, loves her. Her dad is around sometimes. And I don't think they would allow no molestation to go on, like right in their face for any coin. I don't believe that. And to have them people on in their lives on a what if, I heard that just any call can land you in months of paperwork, documentation, and all kind of examinations and tests. Okay, I've heard that before, Miss Shirley. I think y'all should have just dogged her and ridiculed her on TikTok, just like they did Aunt D. And Aunt D was just starting to implement some changes that people have been saying for several months when all the tragedy started hitting her. But really, with the tragedy and all, everything, I don't say everything, but a lot of what folks are saying is still the truth. Like, it still needs to be stood on. You know what I'm saying? I think that the people who are booking Miss Shirley are trifling. I think that her mama and her daddy is trifling. Her granny is trifling. I feel like she's raising that little girl to have a bad stinking attitude. Y'all hear how she talk and stuff? And how she do? And all them men that be sitting up there hollering, oh, I got to see Miss Shirley, and oh, this just made my day, and hugging on her and all that. Nigga. That's what they need to call some people on. Why is you up there picking up Miss Shirley and hugging her and passing her arm to nigga arm? Hey, I'm okay, been under the weather. What should I say? That's oh boy. Hey, I'm okay, been under the weather. She don't need to be at them grown folks. But yeah, what? Picking her up? Yes, girl, I'm passing her arm to arm. They taking pictures with her all up in their arms. Now, when she went to go meet the man who did where them fans at, and he picked her up, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? She said, I wanted to meet you. And she ran over there. He said, I wanted to meet you too. You know, I can see that, man. But random niggas in the club? Hello? Yes, that's true. One call can lead to a whole ordeal. You're talking real smart and rolling on that neck. Exactly. Her mama is hood, or I ain't gonna say hood. Her mama ignorant in the ways of, because people say stop talking about folks mothering. Okay, let me read the next comment. It's so weird. Grown men driving to see a baby like she's singing the song. Go see that man that's singing the song. Exactly. That girl's 4 years old, wearing a pamper. They say. I think it's a pamper too. It does look big back there. And don't got them ABCs down. You know what I'm saying? Don't got them 1, 2, 3s down. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Miss Shirley. I will not be going to see Miss Shirley. If I go somewhere and she happened to be there, we just was at the same spots. Her mama is coin shocked. And then been on the Jennifer Hudson show. Ain't no coming back from that for that mama. That mama gone. Just like Aunt D was gone, but I think this last tragedy with her baby passing, doing what he did and passing away, that might have shook the apple tree a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit much, yeah. That may have shook the apple tree a little bit. Okay, who was on here telling me to text that man? Who was that? Rebel? Rebel, he said he's okay. He been under the weather. What should I say? See how they do? They prop you up to go do stuff, and then now you can't find them. So, anyway, Miss Shirley need to go be a kid. Her mama need to go somewhere and sit down and go to a job. Baby, TikTok is the worst thing ever. It's entertaining. It's very much so entertaining. But the amount of BS that's on TikTok is crazy. It circumvents Facebook almost, because everybody trying to sell something, they lying. They ain't even put that shit on except for that one video right there. They ain't been using stuff no time to be able to know what's going on. Everybody's selling something. Everybody's pushing something. Everybody lying. Everybody about some coin. Then the way that people, like, for instance, Aunt D with all her stuff, the way them folks had that baby being pulled out the water after he done jumped off that bridge, ain't gonna have the nerve to show the boat fishing him out, and when his body came out, they gonna stop the video and then do an arrow talking about ting. Chris, what? Folks don't give a damn, baby. Whatever they can do to get some money is crazy. TikTok not right. The community of TikTok is not one for somebody who, we're her family, we're her counseling. She comes to us for therapy. I'm talking about Auntie, no. One thing I learned over here on YouTube, this ain't therapy. I remember people used to say that, and I fell into it. Oh yeah, this is therapy. I come say anything and tell da. This ain't no therapy. This is a whole bunch of people. Some like you, most don't. Wait, some like you, some don't. Most don't care what happened to you, because this is just a source for something for them to do and a source of entertainment. And I had people dogging out my mom, dogging out my daughter, dogging out me. In regards to Diddy, I'm not watching that, but abuse victims in general, once a victim of grooming at any point, do they face responsibility of taking part in acts, or is it all written off because they were groomed? Okay, y'all, I've been seeing a lot of women become what they call in the abuse sector male identified, okay, and try to act like Cassie was down for it. Now, see, for me, I felt like that with Bill Cosby and them. Because that was real grown ass women going to seek him out and getting whatever they said, you know, allegedly getting what they said they got, right? For me, this was a child, 19 years old, when she got with Diddy. Eyes bug open, don't know nothing about the music industry, trying to get it popping, and got involved in some crazy mess and did not know how to get out of it. At 20 years old, if I had at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 even, if I was somebody who was allegedly, okay, I would be scared as heck to leave. Would I have opened my mouth and let piss get in it? No. Would he have told me, stand up, sit down, walk around, and that's why you bitches ain't got no man, all the other stuff we done heard? No. He would have had to do something. He probably would have had me under some other tactics, but nothing like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have been scared. Hold on. In regards to, okay, TikTok is too childish for me. I'm so tired of the Kai Sinai and crew videos. Oh my gosh. Did you see that mess where that girl got shot in her eye over there with that gun, that pellet gun? No, because the same ones acting like they support will tear you down in a minute. Yes, on these social medias. Oh yes. And their entertainment happens to be mess and drama, yep. But she was with Ryan Leslie before Diddy. He was 10 years older than her. Did he do her bad? Did Cass do her bad? I don't even know who Ryan Leslie is. But I do think sometimes we can, like, look and be like, male identify and be like, oh, it's a lot of stuff was going on all these years. When she texting talking about, oh, I can't wait to do this, and oh, we're going to have fun, da-da-da. But I want to talk about when he first started doing the stuff together, when he first got his hooks in her. She was a kid, y'all. Ron Leslie discovered her. Where were her parents? And that's another thing. These parents be selling their kids off. Selling their kids off, child. We saw it with them R. Kelly parents over there, and we seeing it here. I have mixed feelings. I was curious at y'all's opinion. Okay, cool. And I'm not trying to dog you or nothing like that. I was just stating my opinion. And here's the thing. It's some stuff that he done did for real that they'll never be able to get him on. This is unsavory. This is raggedy. And in my mind, I feel like he needs to get got for a whole bunch of things. Get him with this. Even, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like. I don't feel like he didn't do nothing wrong in this. I don't think he didn't do anything criminal. So get him with this. Put him away. It's so messy out here, y'all. Yeah, I know. We see how these parents do. Look at social media. Yep. That's my whole thing. Some of the stuff they are charging him with now, and that he's on trial with now, baby. I'm from Oklahoma, John. It's criminal. Mm-hmm. That's why I said it was chickens coming home to roost, because he had done a lot of things to a lot of people. Yup. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm not really keeping up with that because it's so disgusting and so crazy, and it's so like one day it's going this way, next day it's like, oh, it's like a washing machine just going through the ringer. Yeah. But y'all, I'm about to get on off here so I can take me a quick little nap and then get up and start cleaning this house. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Please hit the like button on the way out. And I will get on here and talk to y'all again, okay? Oh, YouTube blocked my comment about Diddy. It sure did, because I don't even got a chance to show it to you. Yeah, I don't even, it says show and hide sometimes. You can read stuff behind the scenes and then decide if you wanted to show it. It ain't even doing that. Yeah, it's too much deviance for me. Mm-hmm. How do you avoid it? Avoid what? Let me see. What did I say? How do you avoid it? The mess out here. Don't leave no comments and don't do no videos on that. Just read and go on about your business. Or teach yourself how not to be concerned with mess, which is my next thing. That's my next thing. Stop being concerned with it. I said I'm surprised nothing gay has come out, but when it does, that is when the community will be against them. The black community. Well, I thought they just said a couple of dudes that he'd be like allegedly Harvey. I ain't gonna say everything, but allegedly. He still has a few of y'all in his corner. I know folks that's in Diddy's corner for real. I'm like, really? How to avoid Diddy trial is everywhere. Oh, girl, my For You page is so heavily Christian content. I barely get a Diddy video. I'm going to get one. If I scroll for a long time, I'm going to get one, though. And then don't let me scroll and try to go a little deeper. I'm going to get some more after that. But, I see them online strong and loud. Who? The people talking about Diddy? Well, excuse me. Yeah, let me go on and go to sleep because I'm tired. His supporters. I'm gonna holler back at y'all. I don't know if I'm be talking about Diddy, but we'll see. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming by. God bless you. Good night.